Happy Monday. How are you today? I've been thinking a lot recently about how I show up in my business today versus how I desire to show up in my business a year from now or even 10 years from now. Now, this isn't about crafting a really specific business plan or growth strategy or thinking big picture necessarily. It's really just about visualizing who we're becoming and starting to become that version of ourselves right now. So when you think about yourself and your business and how you're showing up, which of the things that you're doing now feels amazing to you and like you would want to keep doing them forever and ever? Write all of those down and figure out why that is. And on the other side of that sheet of paper, let's just say that you're mapping this out on a sheet of paper, draw a line right in the center. That's what you write on one side. And on the other side of the paper, I want you to think about the version of yourself that's a few steps ahead. The one who has a little bit more perspective, is bringing in a little bit more money, has a little bit more of an idea and a confidence about who they are or who they're becoming. Often this person can help inform the person we are today of subtle shifts that get us there even quicker. And the example I like to give is I have a client that I asked one time, who do you want to be? Inevitably, like who do you show up as in your business, in your brand? What does that feel like? What does that look like? And she said, well, I would dress in a totally different way. I would buy beautiful designer dresses that were made to fit my body. I would smell amazing with this perfume that was very specific. I would wear these certain types of shoes. I would travel to these certain types of places. I would drink this certain type of drink. Whatever that looks like, whatever that feels like, pick a couple of those things and just decide to do them today. So maybe you can't afford a whole new wardrobe, but you can afford a top that makes you feel amazing. Or maybe you can't afford to look the part, but you can definitely afford to go buy the perfume that helps you smell the part. Maybe it's just about doing your hair a specific way, learning how to do your makeup in a way that really highlights certain, things about how you look and present yourself. Now, this is not meant to be an ego-driven exercise or an exercise that is focused about vanity. This is really about showing the world who you are on the inside, on the outside, having what you're presenting to people and what you're mirroring out there really be reflective of who you are and what you believe inside. Sometimes we can hide this version of us, this next level version of who we're becoming from people because it doesn't feel authentic to who we are today, or it feels a little bit scary to put ourselves out there before we're ready. So a lot of people think about this as a chicken egg scenario. So do I think about becoming the person to become the person, or do I become the person so I can think about how I am as that person? And the truth is, it's really not a struggle to decide between those two things. You want to have a clear picture of where you're going. It's like getting in a car and turning on the GPS, right? You don't get into the car and just drive around aimlessly and hope that you end up in a really good destination. You pick the destination. It's like booking a trip. You pick the destination first, then you book your flights, you plan your excursions, you build up all this momentum towards it. You make sure that you're prepared for it. You pack all of your bags for it, and then you show up and you have the time of your life. And even sometimes things go wrong. It rains, your flight is delayed, you get food poisoning on the trip or something like that, but you learn how to deal with it and you've planned for some of those contingencies already, and you have an adaptability and a flexibility to be able to handle whatever comes your way once you get there. But you're never going to get there if you don't pick your destination and be really intentional and grounded in what that is and what that looks like so that you can take small to big steps to get there sooner and to get there in a more efficient, productive way, and to get there in a way that feels good and aligns with what your values are and your vision is as a company and a brand, and also as a person. So think about this today. Visualize who you're becoming and start taking those small little steps towards creating practices that inevitably become habits that support the future version of you starting today. You are amazing, and people are excited to go meet that person that is future you, that's even a couple months ahead of where you are. And I am one of them. So I can't wait to meet this future version of you. And also, I hope that you take a few minutes today in tandem with this exercise to really deepen into a level of appreciation for who you are right now. And that it is only who you are now that is going to get you where you want to go. You are the foundation, and you have built yourself to an amazing, stable point where you can afford to build up and to build out and to grow from who you are right now. So appreciate where you are and who you are and everything you've done to this point, and then go figure out what that next level version of you looks like. And then take those small steps and actions to get there in ways that feel good and feel easy and feel less stressful, to go make the things happen that you want to see happen. You're amazing. Have a beautiful week.